Here we have Cyclops, the first uncommon. X Factor and X-Men are keywords. 94 points with the X-Men team ability. He has a trait. Summer Brothers. Cyclops ignores all damage dealt by characters named Havoc, unless damage dealt is by close combat attack. So you can't range him, Havoc. Sorry. This ability can't be ignored. He also has a special movement. Cyclops can use Force Blast and Sidestep. Remember, every time you make a ranged combat attack with Force Blast, it knocks it back. So you automatically use that ability. You even might be able to use it at close combat, though I'm not 100% sure. But I know for ranged attacks, you get that Force Blast automatically with your regular attack. So that's actually really, really good. Let's continue on to his special damage power. A better leader than you are, which is really, really good. Listen closely here. Cyclops can use leadership. When Cyclops hits an opposing character, that character loses all keywords and can't use leadership or team abilities until your next turn. So Ghost Rider with your Heroes for Hire. Cyclops just hits you, guess what? You lose it all. So he's really good for 94 points. As you see here, as a 10 attack, 4 damage. Energy Shield Deflection 17. 7 range, 1 target. Really, really good Cyclops, I think, and that damage special is phenomenal. Here we have Jean Grey, X Factor and X-Men, 40 points, X-Men TA, and she has TK, Energy Shield Deflection, 6 range, single target, and no special powers. But for 40 points, you have a really good X-Men healer with the X-Men team ability and TK, which is very valuable in the metagame right now. For 40 points, Alpha Strike, very good. Here we have Sunspot, Fallen Angels, Hellfire Club, New Mutants, X-Corps, X-Force, and X-Men. 76 points, starting out with Charge. Super Strength, 17 Toughness, 3 damage, and Dom, no range. And there is a special power just on the first click. It's on damage. Sunspot can use the Flight and range of 6. So not too bad. Here we have Starbolt, Imperial Guard, Shi'ar, and Warrior. 85 points, Flyer, 7 range, 1 target, running shot with a special attack power, Plasma, Generation, Psychic Blast, and Pulse Wave. Very good. That's a really good combination to get through damage powers. With 7 range, the Pulse Wave would be 4 all the way around, and Psychic Blast, not bad. 10 attacks, not terrible. 3 damage, also pretty good. For 85 points, I like it. Here we have the White King, Hellfire Club, Ravengers, Robot, and Scientist. He has a trait. As long as my head survives, when White King's first KO click is revealed, instead of KOing him, keep turning the dial as normal for the damage taken, up to click 12. White King is removed from the map, and at the beginning of each of your turns, heal him 1 damage. When click 6 is revealed, place him into your starting area. If all other friendly characters are KO'd or no longer on the map while White King is not on the map, he is KO'd. So, you just keep on clicking him 1 time per opponent's turn. When he gets to click 6, you bring him back. If he's not back to click 6 before either, like if you lose all your figures, then he is KO'd. So, but if you still have a character on the map and he gets back onto click 6, you can bring him back. And let's just take a quick look at click 6 just so we can see it. Click 6 here we have Flurry, Blades, and Regeneration. With that regeneration, you know what that does. That means you can heal back up. So, he has a very good opportunity to, prolong his life, and, he's valuable on that click anyways with the Flurry and Blades, but you can regenerate within Dom. Not bad. He's going to be tough. Let's take a look at the first click, though. We have Charge, Super Strength, 17 Involve, and a special damage power, which we'll take a look right now. White King can use Leadership. In addition to the normal effects, when he succeeds, he may remove an action token from an adjacent friendly character with the Hellfire Club or Ravengers keyword. So he gets an additional token taken off if they have those keywords. So that's really, really good. Flatman, Great Lakes Avengers, Scientist, 28 points. Are you kidding me? Let's take a look at this guy even closer. He is flat and he's 28 points. He's got a trait. Flatman ignores walls for movement purposes, and he's got an 8 movement. Not bad. He's got a special attack, giant reach ability, so he can attack someone from close combat from 2 squares away. And he's got a special damage power. The smartest man in the closet, at least. Flatman can use Outwit, but may only target characters of 100 points or less. Wow. 28 points, and he has Outwit? Yeah, it's limited, but not bad at all. There's a lot of characters in this set that are pretty cheap and definitely under 100 points. He has no team abilities, but yeah, not bad. Plasticity, good tie-up, and 17 energy shield deflection. So trying to shoot him from range is going to be very difficult. That's pretty good. Very good tie-up piece. Take a look at this guy with his awesome sword, Corvus. We have Cosmic, Shi'ar, Starjammers, and Warrior as keywords. 64 points. Wow, I like these cheap figures. We have 4 range single target Flyer. He has a special attack power where he can use Blades, Claws, Fangs. When he does, instead of rolling a d6, the first time you use the power, the result is 5 for Blades. Each time after he uses this power, the result is 1 less. After he uses the result of 2, the next result is 5. So the first Blades you do is 5, the second would be 4, then 3, then 2, then it goes to 5 again. So that is actually interesting. So the first couple attacks you get with him for Blades, they're going to do, 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, and then you go back and do 5 again. Not bad. So here we have Deathbird. Horseman of Apocalypse, Pilot, Ruler, Shi'ar, and Warrior. We have 2 traits. When Deathbird is adjacent to a friendly character named Bishop, they both modify their attack values by +1, if not already modified by this effect. Also, the second Horseman, War. Modify Deathbird's attack value by +1 until the end of your turn for each opposing character who took damage from an attack this turn. So that's pretty good. You get +1 stats for damage in opposing characters. And no other special powers. Let's take a look here. Flyer, no range. Charge, Blades, combat reflexes, 3 damage with Outwit. She is really, really good. You got Outwit of a minimum of 6. Range for Outwit because that's the minimum power now, but charge in with Blades, 3 damage. You're taking a risk actually rolling Blades here, but it's not bad. And at close combat, 17. Wow, that's really good. I like her, and she can carry characters too. With the 11, you -2 and you still have a 9 movement, so she's actually very, very useful. Let's take a look at her prime figure. Excalibur, Police, Shi'ar, Soldier, and Warrior. Has the PD team ability, 5 range, single target, Flyer, 60 points. Trait, at the beginning of your turn, choose Blades, Claws, Fangs, Empower, Energy Shield Deflection, and she can use this power until she uses it again. So she can pick one of those powers, and then at the beginning of her turn, another turn, she can keep those powers or choose another power. So that's really, really good. As you see here, we have Run and Shot, Psychic Blast, Combat Reflexes, and Enhancement of 3 damage. So where the other one was a close combat character, she is more of a ranged character. So not bad. Here we have Havoc. Keywords are Avengers, Brotherhood, Mutants, Starjammers, X Factor, and X-Men. 2 traits, Summer Brothers. Havoc ignores all damage dealt by Cyclops unless it's damage dealt by a close combat attack. Wow, we've heard that one before. Just flipped. This ability can't be ignored. Destined Duo. When Havoc is adjacent to a character named Polaris, they both modify their attacks by +1. Very nice. He also has a special damage power, Plasma Discharge. When Havoc makes a ranged combat attack targeting an opposing character and has a direct line of fire, the area of the effect for the attack includes all other characters occupying squares adjacent to the squares the line of fire passes through. The target is dealt damage normally, and each other hit character is dealt 1 penetrating damage. Wow, that is very powerful for 81 points. No team abilities though. Running shot, psychic blast, toughness, and 3 damage, that special plasma discharge. But there's only 6 range single target. So don't be in the line of fire for this guy or you're going to take it. Here we have Polaris, Acolytes, Horsemen of the Apocalypse, Starjammers, X-Factor, and X-Men, keywords. 94 points, no team abilities. Destined Duo, Polaris, adjacent to a character named Havoc, modify both defenses by +1, if not already modified by this effect. So Havoc pluses their attack, and Polaris pluses up their defense. Very good combination for 94 points. She's a flyer, he is not a flyer. You already can see what happens. She can carry him. Wow, that'll be fun to play. Let me tell you, playing those two together. She also has a special damage power, Magnetic Crush. When Polaris uses TK and places an opposing character after action resolves, she deals damage to that character equal to her damage value -1. So, when she TKs a character, an opposing character, she deals damage to that character -1. So her damage right now is 4. So she can TK a character and guess what? It does 3 damage. So it's like her crushing that character with her TK. That's very, very nice. Layla Miller, Detective, Future, and X-Factor. Starting out with Stealth, Super Senses, and a special on Damage. I know stuff. Linda Miller can use Outwit and Probability Control. When she uses Probability Control on an attack roll, you may choose Hit or Miss. If the final result of the attack on all targets matches your choice, you may remove an action token from Layla Miller or an adjacent friendly character with the X-Factor keyword. So, that is actually pretty cool. So, just say she attacks, she misses. You want to prob your roll. You can say hit or miss, and whatever happens, then you get that extra effect. So I say, I'm gonna miss. And you roll, and you miss, you get to remove an action token from her or in a friendly adjacent character. Or if you say hit, and it hits, you get to do the same. That's pretty cool. She also has a special movement that you don't see here. Once per friendly character, when an adjacent character of 150 points or less would be KO'd, you may give Layla Miller an action token. If you do, that character is not KO'd, and instead heal that character to any click and remove all action tokens from it. At the end of your turn, even if this power is lost, KO that character. So, basically, you can bring back a character to life, use them for 1 turn, and then you have to KO them. But that's still pretty good. She's 79 points with the Doom TA. I would like to play that and use that power. Here we have Husk, Generation X, X-Core, and X-Men, our keywords. 100 points, no TA. We have a trait, Skin Form Healing. Husk can use Shape Change. When she does and succeeds after the actions resolve, heal her 1 damage. Wow. So if I hit Shape Change, I get to heal 1 click? That's pretty good. That's a big incentive. She also has a defense special power, Peel Away Layers. At the beginning of your turn, roll a d6. Based on the result, Husk can use the following until your next turn. And this power can't be countered by a character of lower point value. So it can be countered, but you have to be over 100 points to counter her. So, not too bad. But yeah, so if you're lower points, you cannot outwit that ability. So if you roll a 1 or a 2, you get invulnerability. If you roll a 3 or a 4, you get invincible. If you get 5 or 6, you get impervious. Kid Omega, X-Men. We have a trait, high power, limited scope. When using mind control, Kid Omega may target up to 3 opposing characters if all 3 are within 3 squares of him. Okay, he's got 6 range, but that's still alright. When using TK, Kid Omega may target and place up to 3 friendly characters if all are within 3 squares of him. When he does, he ignores those friendly characters for line of fire purposes. Not bad. So we have, as you see here, we start off with Mind Control and TK and Outwit. And there also is a special movement power that we haven't seen here. He gets the Flight, Power Cosmic TA, and the Phoenix Force keyword. So he turns into the Phoenix at some point in this dial. He's 128 points, so he's kind of pricey, but as you can see here, he can do quite a bit of things. He can target 3 characters within 3 squares of Mind Control, or he can target 3 friendly characters with TK if they're within 3 squares. Not bad at all. I mean, this guy can do a lot of stuff. So far, this may be our only monster so far. Animal, Monster, and Savage Land keywords. Vampiric Drain. This is pretty similar to all the other vampire traded powers, but we'll go through it again. You start on click 3, as you see here, which is Charge, Blades, Toughness, 3 damage. He can use Steel Energy with close and range combat attacks. When he does, he may heal past his starting line. So he can actually steal energy from range. Ooh, that's actually a bonus. We haven't seen this one before, at least not recently, other than I know of Nemesis. If he heals from an attack targeting a character with the Brotherhood Mutants or X-Men team ability or keyword, modify his defense by +1. So if he steals energy on a Brotherhood or X-Men character, he gets +1 to his defense. Very good. Let's just pop him up to his full max heal, just so you can see how nasty he is. Hypersonic, 12 attack, 18 invincible, 4 damage, shape change, 4, 98 points, no TA. Yeah, that guy can be really brutal, I think. Our final character in the uncommon bracket, Lady Deathstrike, Brotherhood Mutant, Martial Artist, Ravengers, and Robot. We have a improved movement, ignores hindering terrain. Starts off with Charge, special for attack, which is Finger Slash. Give Lady Deathstrike a close combat action and target every adjacent opposing character. If she hits, she must use Blades, Claws, Fangs. Divide the damage dealt among the hit characters and then increase the damage dealt to each hit target by 1. Woo! She's slicing and dicing. So not very bad. She has toughness, 17, 3 damage. If you haven't noticed, a lot of characters in this set have 17 defense, and I'm starting to notice that right now. Very interesting. This set's very close combat and damage dealt oriented, but it's going to be cool, and a lot of these figures are really cheap, and I love cheap characters.